Hello again, we're back on the Barbel rod. All has been threaded, top section is ready to go for the epoxy now. So this is actually different to the one I was showing you that I was guiding up the other day. This is another one, but same principle. It's exactly the same rod, just different guides. These are the Free Spirit guides, the S lights. So the customer wanted those on, so I'll put them on for him. So I'm going to show you how I epoxy resin. I'm just waiting for the temperature. In fact, it's just reached 71.8, so it needs to be above 70 when you're doing epoxy resin work. Otherwise it just won't work for you. Simple as that. So I'm using the Pro Coat epoxy resin. It's a two-part resin. Obviously you've got the resin and the hardener. They'll be mixed into little cups like this. So I can get them apart. And I'll probably mix about 3 millilitres at a time, something like that, and then just stir it up. You've got to stir it very carefully. You don't want any air bubbles getting in it, so nice and slow. That's why you need this temperature up. If you get the air bubbles in it, you can just use a flame. I use one of these little just to warm it up, and it'll blow the bubbles out, which I'll show you as we go along. So let's get started. I'm going to get the resin mixed up first. I've got a little camera set up here so as I can show you close up work as well, which will be quite handy, I think. Right, I'll get the resin mixed up and we'll get putting it on, shall we? This is what it's all like set up on the machine. So you've got a nice sturdy platform for it to spin round. I've got a little foot pedal down there, I'll show you. So that's the foot pedal I use just to spin it on. There you go. You can have whatever speed you want on it, so you can have it fast, or you can slow it right down. I usually keep it going at about that speed. One other thing I'll show you here, which I bought the other day, this lovely little antique drawer set here. Belonged to an old angler that fished on the Avon, Hampshire Avon quite a lot. Really well respected bloke. I'll put all my bits and bobs in there. I'm going to leave it as natural as I can. But he literally had everything in here. All the old... The drawers are so wide. Look how wide these drawers are. I'll be able to get everything in there. I can put all my cottons in there. There's all my old guides. I always keep old guides just in case. You just never know, do you? I've emptied most of them out, but there's still some bits in there that belong to the fella. All hooks in there and boxes. You won't be able to get them anymore, I can tell you. Look at these, look. What a cute little set of drawers though. I love them. You can just smell the old antiqueness of it. It's brilliant. Right, let's get this resin knocked up. So I'm going to take about 3 millilitres there. That's the hardener going in first. You'll be so delicate with this stuff, you don't want any dust floating about in the air. So it's best you keep as still as you can when you're doing it. And this epoxy needs to be at not room temperature, above 70 degrees as well. And it's just a matter of stirring it up nice and gently. You can rotate the cup as you do it. and just get it. It'll go milky first. Don't know if you can see that on the camera. There you go, that's mixed now. So I'll just let that do its thing on the tin foil and spread out and activate properly and whatever it does. And this helps taking any bubbles out as well, laying it on this tin foil. Right, next stage is what you want to be doing here is get a little tack cloth and make sure there's no dust particles. I keep mine in a bag like this just to keep the dust off of it, because you don't want any dust getting in your resin. So just tap it onto there and then do each guide as you go along. I just do a couple at a time because obviously dust is in the air. And we've got these little brushes here that I use. I've got a thin one if there's any thin bits to do, but there isn't on this. Right. Basically you just want to be getting the first coat on, soaking it in. That's what you're looking at doing here. So what I'll do is I'll put this on in 3 really thin coats. This is the Threadmaster thread epoxy that I've used here, not the Pro Coat. I think I just showed you I was going to use Pro Coat, but I'm not. I can't make my mind up which is the better out of the two of them at the moment. I've been experimenting with them both, but to be fair, they're both pretty good. So just get it spinning. Get your nice clean lines either side of it. You want to be aiming to get nice clean lines here either side of the thread, and make sure it goes right down into the what they call the tunnel of the guide, so as it's going in underneath the guide, so there's no water can get in there. Well, there's the first coat of epoxy resin on, so that coat is just going to literally sink in through the cotton and onto the blank. Very, very thin coat. So now I'm going to just put it into drying mode. So on this machine here, you got these pulleys here. So this one is for the fast wrapping, when you're doing your wrapping. I'll show you here. And then we've got another one here. This one. You put that onto there. And then that's in drying mode now. I think that goes at about 9 RPM. But I've got another drying machine, so rather than use this up when I can be getting on with wrapping other rods, I'll put it on my other drying machine. I just thought I'd show you how that works. So let's get this off and put it on the other one. So this is the rod that I done the other day that I was guiding up. That's all finished now. I'll take some photos of it, I'll put them on the video for you. Okay, that's the barbel rod all complete. I just thought I'd give it a little test of the power of it. I've put a weight on the end. I mean, this is a 1.7 test curve. That weight there is a kilogram, so I'm not going to push it and try and lift off the ground. I think this line will probably break before that anyway. Yeah, it's got a lovely progressive through action, this. I mean, look at that. That's going to feel lovely with the barbel on the end of it. Or a chub. Yeah, it's got a lovely bend in it. It's got some power. And the line's following the curve nicely where I've spaced them guides. Absolutely spot on, that. Really good. Yeah, that's powerful. Can really feel the power in that. Lovely progressive through action. Someone's going to be lucky having this, I can tell you, with the barbel on the end. Bit of side strain on it as well. Beautiful. Yeah, that's good. Like that, well pleased with that. Another nice build with the lovely green thread work on the guides. I've got some other barbel rods as well that have got the S-Light Free Spirit guides on them. Just makes them look a bit more sleek going along the blank, if you like. And obviously a little bit lighter they are as well than these ones, but I mean, these are good guides with the alkanide centre. Very strong, very powerful, and braid resistant. Yeah, I love that. But bring that down, someone's bought this one, and I've got a few more orders as well, so yeah. If you like the video, guys, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. See you later, guys.